No one has dominated a tournament and surface in the history of the game like Rafael Nadal. The Spaniard's French Open record is extraordinary, but there's a lot more to the man regarded as one of the best players in history. Martina Navratilova was as close to invincible as there has been in the game, and her career endured longer than anyone had done before. In a sport known for throwing up young stars, Swiss teenager Martina Hingis was the best anyone had seen. And Jimmy Connors was the bad boy of tennis, but was also the ultimate competitor. 4 tennis icons. This is the Immortals. Few people in world sport have enjoyed a dominance like Rafael Nadal. It was fitting that the record-breaking victory was his finest. Rafael Nadal had long been proclaimed the King of Clay before he arrived at Roland Garros in 2017. He'd won the tournament 9 times and was already regarded as one of the greatest tennis players in history. But he hadn't won a Grand Slam for 3 years, and injuries had slowed him down in recent times. While there had been some encouraging signs at the Australian Open and early in the clay court season, the Spaniard was turning 31 during the tournament. All of these factors just added another layer to one of the most brilliant performances ever seen. Nadal didn't drop a set at the French Open, losing just 35 games for the tournament, which was the second fewest in history.
Stan Wawrinka.
His opponent in the championship match, Stan Wawrinka, had never lost in his 3 previous Grand Slam final appearances. Nadal won the final, conceding just 6 games with a brutal 6-2, 6-3, 6-1 scoreline. He's playing the best he's ever played. He's the best ever on clay. The stunning victory meant Nadal became the first male or female to win a single Grand Slam tournament 10 times in the Open era. His record at Roland Garros was an astonishing 79-2.
I don't know, I'm just very happy, super happy about what happened here. Have been a magic 2 weeks for me. I enjoyed it a lot, and I felt the love of the people here in Roland Garros, and that means a lot for me too, because it's the most important event in my career. So feel all the support of the crowd and all the people from Roland Garros for me have been very, very emotional. You know? And in the future, let's see. I'm gonna keep working hard to try to keep having chances.
Before Nadal, Sweden's Bjorn Borg had been the Roland Garros specialist, winning the French Open 6 times, but he was left in awe about what he'd seen in the 2017 final. You can't play more perfect tennis. I have never seen anyone play such a good final in Paris. Since that famous 10th French Open, Nadal has added 2 more on the clay of Roland Garros after his 2019 win to improve his tally to 18 Slam titles, just behind Roger Federer. After his 12th French Open win, Nadal reflected on his tennis journey.
I think I had a lot of issues during all my tennis career, you know, in terms of health. So I always played with high intensity, big passion for this sport, and big passion for the competition too, you know. So and all the things that I went through probably give me that extra passion when I am playing, because I know I will not be here forever.
Still to come on the Immortals, the rivalries which fueled Rafael Nadal. Rafael Nadal turned pro at 15, defeated Roger Federer for the first time at 17, and was a Grand Slam champion at 19. The football-loving kid from Mallorca had been persuaded to play tennis by his uncle Tony, who was a former professional player.
Well, it would be difficult to do in football everything he has done in tennis. He's passionate about football. He liked it a lot when he was little, and he's really competitive. He had skills to be a good player as well as personality. But I think he made the right choice going for tennis.
His French Open love affair started at his first attempt in 2005, when he defeated Mariano Puerta in the final. Nadal won the next 3 in a row, all against Federer, who at that stage was the #1 player in the world. Their rivalry became one of the greatest ever seen in the game, with one of the highlights coming at Wimbledon in 2008. Federer had won the past 5 titles at the All England Club, the previous 2 over Nadal in the final. This time, the Spaniard entered the contest on a 23-match winning streak, and he kept it rolling, downing his nemesis in an epic encounter. In just under 5 hours, the longest final in Wimbledon history, Nadal prevailed 9-7 in the 5th set. This is the greatest match I have ever seen. The victory saw Nadal take over the #1 ranking in the world for the first time on August 18, 2008, ending Federer's 4.5-year reign. He also won the Olympic gold medal in Beijing, defeating Chile's Fernando Gonzalez in the final. Nadal's first Australian Open title came in 2009, and once again it was a 5-set victory over Federer in what was the pair's 19th meeting. A shock loss in the 4th round of the French Open to Robin Soderling was the first time he'd suffered a defeat on the clay at Roland Garros. It would be another 6 years before it happened again. In 2010, he bounced back to claim the French crown, Wimbledon, and then added his first US Open title after defeating Novak Djokovic in the final. This meant Nadal had completed the career Grand Slam, becoming just the 7th male player in history to have won all 4 majors. For me, it's a dream to have the career Grand Slam. It is an unbelievable feeling. Over the next 4 years, Djokovic replaced Federer as Nadal's main rival, with the Serbian denying him more titles, other than in Paris, of course. After his 2014 French Open win, Nadal became the first man to win a Grand Slam in 10 straight years, better than Roger Federer, Pete Sampras, and Bjorn Borg, all with 8.
Nobody did. Nobody did ever win 10 years in a row or minimum 1 Grand Slam. No? So it's something that I'm proud of. Remain 1 for this year. I don't know if I will be able to keep saving this record, but anyway, win 10 years in a row, minimum a Grand Slam is something amazing, and I am happy with.
It was Djokovic who ended his French Open domination, defeating him in the 2015 quarterfinals, ending a 39-match winning streak at Roland Garros. For the first time in 10 years, Nadal failed to win a Grand Slam title in 2015, as injuries started to impact on the greatest clay court player in history. He was forced to withdraw after the 2nd round of the 2016 French Open with a wrist injury, as his Grand Slam drought frustratingly continued for another year. There were similar doubts over Federer, and the pair came together for the opening of Nadal's tennis academy in Mallorca in October.
but I don't know how it's going to be when I come back. And you've done it a million times. So there again, I can be inspired by you. How easily you always came back, and you made it look easy. I know it's not easy, but you made it look easy right away, always back in the top 10, top 5, even world #1. So that's something I'm going to be thinking about when I come back to the tour in January.
3 months later, the fairy tale resurrection for both players began. The pair faced off for the 35th time in their careers in the final of the 2017 Australian Open, with Federer prevailing in 5 sets. But in Paris, there's just no stopping Rafa, beating Austrian Dominic Thiem in the 2018 and 19 finals to cap another French Open three-peat. And through it all, Nadal never lost faith in his ability.
As I said before, I cannot predict the future, so I don't want to say things that I cannot say, because I don't know. The only thing that I can say, if I am healthy, I believe that I can do it. If not, I will be at home fishing.
And he was a man of his word. With a healthy body, Rafael Nadal continues to add more chapters to his legendary story. An immortal of the sport. Rafael Nadal won his record 10th French Open title wearing a $750,000 watch. A longtime brand ambassador for Swiss watchmaker Richard Mille, he celebrated the occasion with a limited edition piece. Nadal has long been considered a style icon away from the court. In 2014, he was appointed global brand ambassador for Tommy Hilfiger for its underwear and tailored ranges.
It's never been done before, and that's what I love about it. He is the perfect spokesperson for our fragrance, our underwear, and our tailored clothing. He's an icon.
Nadal also has a line of clothing and shoes with Nike and has been associated with Kia Motors for over a decade. Up next on the Immortals, the greatest individual season in tennis history. She was a trailblazer in more ways than one, and Martina Navratilova's legacy continues to this day. It was almost the perfect season. What Martina Navratilova did in 1983 was produce a body of work the sporting world has never seen before. In 87 matches, the left-hander lost just once. She won 16 titles and 3 Grand Slams during this extraordinary run. Her only loss came in the 4th round of the French Open to unseeded American Kathy Horvath. I just couldn't relax. I couldn't get the ball past the service line. I couldn't shake her. Navratilova continued her dominant ways the following year, and in the 3 seasons between 1982 and 1984, she won 254 matches and lost just 6. This included a record 74-match winning streak. And she did it while opposed to one of the game's greatest ever, Chris Evert. Not even the 18-time Grand Slam champion could halt Navratilova during these incredible stretches. Martina revolutionized the game by her superb athleticism and aggressiveness. Over their stellar careers, the pair played 80 times, with Navratilova leading 43-37, including a 10-4 advantage in Grand Slam finals. Ironically, Evert had helped Navratilova to her first Grand Slam success when the pair won the doubles at the 1975 French Open. Not long after, at the age of 18, Navratilova defected from her home country, Czechoslovakia, to the United States while playing in the Open at Flushing Meadows. Her first singles crown didn't come until 1978 at Wimbledon, when she defeated Evert in 3 sets. She would go on to win on the grass at the All England Club a record 9 times. During 3 decades in the game, Navratilova won 18 Grand Slam singles titles and 31 doubles crowns. She effectively retired from singles in 1994, but remained a doubles force for another decade.
The bar has been raised for athletes. I think the age is not 30 anymore. I think it's 40 is more like it. I mean, Andre Agassi is doing it. There have been plenty of baseball players and even football players. I mean, look at, what's his name, Rice. So I think the bar has been raised for both men and women, just for athletes. 30 is not the death knell anymore. So, you know, I think I'm just one of the athletes that are doing new things at an advanced age, but I think you'll see that more and more.
Her final triumph came at the 2006 US Open, when a month away from her 50th birthday, Navratilova partnered with Bob Bryan to win the mixed doubles title. That took her career tally to an incredible 344 titles. And while Steffi Graf came on the scene in the late 1980s and rocked her dominance, that is a record no one will ever touch. And since then, Serena Williams has arrived on the scene and claimed more majors, but even she hasn't come close to the type of dominance Navratilova achieved in her prime. 1 loss in a whole year. It's the stuff of legend, the achievement of an immortal. No one has ever been so good, so young. Martina Hingis rewrote the record books when most teenagers aren't near finished high school. In 1996, at the age of 15 years and 9 months, she became the youngest Grand Slam champion of all time, winning the Wimbledon doubles crown with Helena Suková. 6 months later, she was the youngest Grand Slam singles winner at the 1997 Australian Open, defeating Mary Pierce in the final. A day earlier, she'd already captured the doubles title with Natasha Zareva.
Just want to thank Natasha. She's just a great player. She helped me a lot this week, and I just enjoyed to play with her. And she just asked me during the championships in New York, and I said, yes, wow, that would be great to play doubles with you. And thank you for this great 2 weeks, and I really enjoyed this play with you. And I also want to congratulate Lisa and Lindsay for the great tournament here. And just, I love to be out here in front of all this crowd, and it's just great to play here in Australia, and hope to have a good day tomorrow too. So.
Hingis would go on to win 3 of the 4 majors in 1997, her only blemish coming at the French Open, where she lost to Eva Maioli in the final. During this incredible run, the teenager from Switzerland became the youngest Wimbledon champion, the youngest US Open champion, and the WTA's youngest ranked #1 player.
Well, of course, you kind of feel you just beat everyone in the world. You're the best in what you do. So that's the best feeling you can have out there, with knowing no one is better than you are. And the money is not bad, of course, either. You just go out there in the shop. If you like something, you can buy it.
Hingis was bred to be a tennis player. Her parents were both nationally ranked in Czechoslovakia, but when she was 6, they divorced, and her mother moved her to Switzerland. She turned pro 2 weeks after her 14th birthday, and in the 1995 Australian Open, she became the youngest player to win a match in a Grand Slam. Unfortunately, as quickly as she'd arrived, Hingis fizzled out. Her last Grand Slam victory was at the 1999 Australian Open, and by 2002, at the age of 22, she'd been forced to retire because of ankle injuries. She made a comeback in 2006 and finished the season ranked #7, but she was lost to the game the following year after testing positive for cocaine at Wimbledon. She pleaded her innocence, but was suspended for 2 years.
My weapon on the tennis court is and always was one single thing, the game. The game, the ingenuity on court, and, for this style of tennis, there's only one performance enhancer, the love of the game.
Hingis returned again from retirement, this time as a doubles specialist. In 2015, she teamed with Indian player Sanya Mirza to win the Wimbledon title, almost 2 decades after her first Grand Slam title. The pair went on to win 3 consecutive Grand Slam titles.
Unfortunately, Sanya's not right here next to me, so she's definitely the other part of me to accomplish what we did last year was amazing, you know, so I could have only dreamt about it when it happened, and so it's definitely one of those days that I will cherish forever.
Not many child prodigies make it back, and Hingis was the best of them all, as the record books show. She will always have the youngest ever tag, to go with being an immortal. When we return, the Maverick who won more matches than anyone in history. He was feisty, opinionated, and one of the game's best. Jimmy Connors followed his own path to greatness. The marvel of Jimmy Connors was in his longevity. No male player has won more matches in the history of the game, with his 24-year career resulting in an extraordinary 1,274 victories. He was in-your-face, aggressive, and along with John McEnroe, earned the title of the bad boys of tennis for a good reason. Connors would argue with opponents, linesmen, umpires, or even the crowd if it meant he could gain an advantage.
I'm trying, for Christ's sake.
People don't seem to understand that it's a damn war out there. Connors arrived out of the US college system, already with a reputation of being a maverick. He turned pro in 1972, and within 2 years was the best player in the world, a title he held for a then record 160 consecutive weeks. In 1974, Connors won 3 of the 4 Grand Slams, finishing with a stunning 99-4 record for the year, which included 15 tournament victories. When he finally retired in 1996, he'd won 8 career Grand Slam titles, which included 5 US Open crowns. The French Open was the only major which eluded him, although he was a 4-time semi-finalist. From 1974 to 78, he was the most dominant player on the planet and was duly ranked #1 in the world, but didn't have the Grand Slam wins to show for it, winning 5 of his titles, but also losing 6 finals. In that all-conquering 1974 season, he won the Australian Open, Wimbledon, and US Open, but incredibly lost those same tournaments in the final a year later. He lost in back-to-back years, 77 and 78 at Wimbledon, to Super Swede and 5-time winner at the All England club, Bjorn Borg.
Wimbledon celebrated its centenary, 100 years of first-class tennis. Jimmy Connors of America meets Bjorn Borg of Sweden. Borg is in fine fettle, but he loses the first set to the American. The Swede fights back, and with the game at 2 sets all, the crowd wait for and get a sizzling last set. When Borg leads 5-4, 40-love, Jimmy Connors makes a mistake. The championship goes to the young Swede, Bjorn Borg.
As much as he was known for his temper, Connor's never-say-die attitude was lauded with his two-handed backhand, a wall his opponents couldn't penetrate. I think my greatest victory was every time I walked out there, I left everything out there. He was a character, an extreme competitor who turned himself into an immortal.